Throughout my almost 10 years traveling all over the world, living in multiple different countries, I've gathered a list of the 10 best residency programs that you can apply for if you want to move to another country, you want to leave the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, the European Union, or you just want to have a plan B in case things go bad enough. Now the US government is talking about another government shutdown, more taxes, more regulations. If you want to have a place that you can move to right away, or if they want to launch Pandemic 2.0, these are the 10 easiest countries that you can go to. The first one is Mexico. Mexico is a country where millions of Americans are moving to. Millions of people all over the world are choosing Mexico for their easy residency. Mexico wants to welcome wealthy people. They want to welcome people that have some money in the bank. And all you need to do is you need to show that you have savings in the bank or that you have income coming in to your bank account. You go to a Mexican embassy or consulate and then you apply for residency, and it's pretty much guaranteed unless you are a criminal. I would definitely recommend going to Mexico. Me as a citizen of Mexico, I absolutely love the country. There's many different places that are safe. They are not as dangerous as the media portrays them to be, and people overall are extremely friendly. The second country is the United Arab Emirates. You can easily get a residence permit by opening a company and then sponsoring yourself through that company. You essentially hire yourself as the owner. You can hire your entire family as assistants, as marketing directors, whatever you want. It's all completely legal, and everybody can get a residency permit. Or you can invest into property. You can spend 2 million local currency, which is around 550,000 US dollars, buy a property, and then get a 10-year golden visa, or get a golden visa by exception or by specialized talent, by being a doctor or a specialized entrepreneur. If you build a big business, you want to move that business over to the UAE, you can also apply for a 10-year golden visa. The next country over in Asia, Thailand, one of my favorite countries around the world. You can't get citizenship, you can't get permanent residency, but you can get the Thai Elite visa for 5 years. It's going to cost you around 30-something thousand US dollars, and you get basically the right to live in Thailand as much as you like. You can come in and out, and you get priority access at the airport. You get free massages. Depending on the package that you choose, you get free golf club access, and overall a visa for the elite, for the special immigrants, for the special wealthy expats in Thailand that want to enjoy life in Thailand without having to renew their visa constantly or dealing with Thai immigration, which is an absolute hassle. Smack in the center of South America, you have a country with great people, obviously an easy language to learn, just like the case of Mexico, and permanent residency by investing around 70,000 US dollars. A lot of our clients have been there and they say it's one of those up and coming countries that many people are not looking at, but some Europeans, a lot of Germans, a lot of Spaniards, a lot of French people are going to, is Paraguay, nestled inside of South America. Now, the thing with this permanent residency is you actually need to show what you're going to invest the money into and then invest it over the next 10 years. So you don't immediately need to spend it and then get the permanent residency. As long as you show that you will spend this and your plan to spend this, and then you obviously spend it in Paraguay over the 10 years, then you can get that permanent residency and then you can qualify for citizenship. Citizenship is not that easy anymore. A lot of people used to get permanent residency and then get citizenship in 3 years without barely being in the country, just visiting every couple of months. Now it's a lot harder. They're looking at your file and they're seeing how much time you've been spending in Paraguay in order to grant you that citizenship. Staying in South America, the next country that might work for some more adventurous people, this country have been suffering from extreme inflation levels. Their currency has depreciated massively over the last couple of months. You can easily get residency by presenting a business plan and showing that you will invest around 1.5 million Argentina pesos, which used to be around 6,000 around 3 months ago. Now it's around 4,000 US dollars, and it's probably going to keep going down around 3,000 US dollars and so on. They will obviously increase that amount. They want people to bring their money into the country, especially in a difficult time like now. I've been to Argentina and I can say that it feels like Europe. When you're in Buenos Aires specifically, you're going to feel like you're in Madrid or in another European city with that Latino vibe, a lot of different parties, dancing everywhere. And obviously the women, if you're interested in dating in that part of the world, is going to be one of the best places and one of the biggest places that you can go. You have millions of people to choose from. For the next countries, we move to Europe. The first one being Greece with the Greek Golden Visa. You can easily get a residency permit by investing around 500,000 US dollars in property. It used to be 250,000, but because they got thousands of applications, I think at some point they had a backlog of 14,000 people that wanted to apply for the Greek Golden Visa. Now they've increased it to 500,000 US dollars. You can invest that into property and then get a residency permit that you don't really need to do much to maintain. You're not going to get Greek citizenship if you're not living in Greece and you're not learning the language. You can maintain that golden visa by not even being in Greece. And you can do the program by not even being in Greece. Other programs, you actually need to go there, you need to go through the procedure, but this one, you can actually do it remotely. So if you just want that access to Schengen as a plan B, or you want that access just to guarantee it for your future, let's say you got a Caribbean passport like St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, Grenada, and you think that we're gonna lose that Schengen access, you can get that golden visa, maintain that Schengen access, and not even need to go to Greece. The next beautiful Mediterranean country is Malta. I've talked about their permanent residency program where you donate, let's say around $150,000 with everything that's included, all the different fees. I don't want to bore you, but it's gonna cost you around $150,000 and you can get permanent access to the Schengen area. You don't have permanent residency in the whole Schengen area, only 90 days out of every 180 days, but you then have permanent residency in Malta. If you decide to live there, you can get naturalized if you actually live in Malta. If you don't live in Malta, you're not gonna get naturalized. Greece, on the other hand, the one I talked about before, you might get naturalized in around 7 years. That is the goal of the golden visa, but they're very unlikely to naturalize you if you don't learn the language, if you don't spend any time in the country. The same thing with Malta. They're pretty much guaranteed to not naturalize you if you don't spend time in the country and you don't actually fulfill all the requirements that a normal person applying for naturalization would, unless you upgrade to their citizenship program later on. If you just want that access to Schengen, living in a place that has beautiful nature, beautiful people, great food, great weather, then you can get their permanent residency. It's gonna cost you around $150,000, and you can then upgrade to the citizenship whenever you want. The next two countries next to Europe, but not in Europe, are Serbia and Montenegro. Serbia is a beautiful country with beautiful nature, and overall a country that does not follow the agenda of the West. They don't follow the wokeness. They're traditional, they put emphasis on the family, and it's a country that you will not see all the crazy things that we talk about here on the channel that we see in the UK or in the US, or this degradation of society overall. Serbia, very traditional culture, very strong masculine men, feminine women that you can date. They're extremely tall, so if you're not super tall, you might find it hard to date Serbian women, but overall a place that you will have a lot of separation from the West while being geographically close to Europe, 1 hour flight to Vienna, 2-hour flight to Spain, and you can pretty much have access to anywhere in Europe that you want. Montenegro, on the other hand, very similar to Serbia, very traditional, more leaning towards the European Union, but still reserves that traditional culture, is a country that has amazing beaches, mountains. The nature is incredible, and they're obviously right next to each other. So if you get residency in Serbia, you can then easily access Montenegro. It's 1 hour flight, you can drive for around 7 hours, and then access Budva or Porto Montenegro, or all these beautiful, incredible places that Montenegro has to offer. You can also buy property in Montenegro and then get residency. There's many different projects, like for example, Nuštica Bay, incredible place. I've been there multiple times. I absolutely love those projects. I love the luxury, I love the nature, I love the views, and you can easily get residency in one of the most beautiful places in the world. And the last country here, although it might be controversial because of their high taxes and extreme approach to taxes and taxing its citizens, it's Spain. How Spain works: if you get the golden visa, you invest around 500,000 euros or more in property, you don't need to live in Spain to maintain that golden visa. And if you come from a Latin American country, or you're a citizen of a Latin American country, let's say you work with us here, Wealthy Expat, you get residency, citizenship in Mexico, you can then apply for Spanish citizenship after 2 years of residency. There is a small loophole that allows you to become Spanish without actually becoming a Spanish tax resident. That's what I'm working on. I'll keep you updated on what I can do with that program, but essentially you're becoming a Spaniard in around 2 years with the bureaucracy. 3 years, you're getting a Tier A passport, while also not becoming a tax resident of Spain because you have the golden visa. So even though the taxes are crazy, it's a little bit woke, it's heading in the direction of the West, you can still get an amazing passport in just a couple of years. And if you invest in the south of Spain, you'll have a beautiful lifestyle while also having a lot of wealthy expats from all over Europe and all over the world around you. Now that you know about the different residency programs, you want to know about the different citizenship programs so that you can get a second passport in as little as 3 to 6 months from now. Check out this video right here on the 10 countries that sell their passports. If you're ready to invest and ready to get a second passport, check it out right here.